My name is Brian Leahy. Let's do something I said I'd never do. Let's talk politics and religion. I'm going to go to the local pond here. We're going to walk around or just sit in the car since it's kind of raining, and we'll discuss it. Well, we're at the local pond here. So let's walk around the pond here. It's a nice community pond. It's misting a little bit sometimes not. So let's go. The main thing I want you to know about politics and religion is that who gives a fuck what I think? I may not be any more right than you are, and you may be totally right. I'm tired of people thinking they know everything about what they're talking about, or if their opinions are more right than anybody else's. It's dumb. We all need to get along better and not put each other down on social media and anywhere around the internet and yell at each other because we have different opinions. So what if we have different opinions? What the fuck does that matter? It doesn't. We need to get along, care about each other, show each other respect. My main focus here is that we need to not put each other down all the time, because it's ridiculous. It didn't used to be like this in culture. I may be wrong. Are you willing to say that you may be wrong about your political, religious opinions? Because I could definitely be wrong. And I'm willing to admit it. It's starting to sprinkle, we better go on. Okay, it's starting to sprinkle. Let's go over here under our park benches. Just kidding. Thank you for joining me. I would call my political affiliation or political beliefs to be mostly liberal. But I'm kind of even reticent about saying that because these labels get in the way of so much, especially in the past 10, 15 years. Seems like all we do is point our fingers and yell at each other simply because we have different opinions, which is ridiculous. I'm mostly liberal, sometimes even radically liberal about my beliefs, but that doesn't mean I'm right. It just means they're my beliefs. They're beliefs, not truths, which is what all political opinions are, just beliefs. So there's no reason to put somebody down for their beliefs. It's actions that matter more than words and beliefs. So don't judge someone for their beliefs or opinions. Just don't. And especially don't judge them like they're a horrible person or your enemy. Because you're conservative and I'm liberal doesn't mean shit, really. It just means we have different opinions. And I don't want to base my opinions on a label or a group. I could say I'm mostly liberal, but really I have opinions that can vary and go against that a little bit sometimes. I don't want to say, well, I believe this because I'm a liberal. I believe it because I believe it as an individual, not because I want to impress a group of people. That's tribalism, and it's natural for human beings to do it, but sometimes it means not thinking for yourself and wanting just to join and just to be along with the tribe that you're a part of, whether that be conservative, liberal, whatever, doesn't matter. So as far as my religious affiliation goes, I would call myself an atheist. Does that mean I'm right? Does that mean there could absolutely be no God? No. I think 99% chance there's not, but so what? That's me. I used to be a Christian, and then I became an agnostic, and now I'm an atheist. But so what? You have the right to be any religion you want. Christian, Buddhist, Hindu, Muslim. That doesn't make your religion any more right than anybody else's. And you shouldn't say that, because you're just putting other people down because they're different than you. And that's not the right thing to do. I believe you have the right to believe whatever you want as long as you're not directly hurting anyone else. So let's go over some of the political issues, and I'll tell you what I think, and that doesn't mean I'm right at all. Don't think bad of me because I just have a different opinion about their issues than you do. Okay, so I've got a list here. We'll go over each of them real quick. I don't know how much battery time this has left. Let's get to it. Okay, start with abortion. This is a very divisive issue. It makes people angry. Stop being angry. Let people have their opinions. Calm down. Nobody should be hating people. Abortion, actually, I'm kind of conflicted by. I understand both sides completely. I can understand why some people think that it is killing or murder. It is a life that is growing inside a woman, so that makes perfect sense why some people would think that. On the other hand, to me, my question is life really life if they can't feel pain or there's no consciousness? That seems like that's not really life. If there's no consciousness and they have no feeling, physical feeling. And during pregnancy, when do they have that? I don't know. 3 months, 1 month, 2 months, 6 months. I certainly don't believe in third trimester abortions. Generally. I can see, in the case of rape or incest, I can see why some people would think that, and I understand that. And I kind of agree. But I may be wrong. I'm going to say that after everyone. I may be wrong, you may be right. So what? It's the way it is. Climate, energy, and environment. I think pumping poisons into the atmosphere for an entire century and longer is probably not good for it. Methane from cows all over the world also not good for it, although it's not as bad as fossil fuels. Is climate change as serious as so many scientists say it is? I think it probably is. If you don't, then I perfectly understand that. It's hard to trust people that are in power or have ulterior motives. It's certainly understandable if you feel that way. Bad hair day. COVID, another divisive issue, of course. I think people should be forced to wear masks. It's a pandemic that's killed hundreds of thousands of people. Just what I think, but I understand a lot of people believe in individual rights and they should be able to do what they want to do, and I perfectly get that. I may be wrong about that too. Fine. Criminal justice system, there should not be private prisons, I don't believe. Bad idea. Of course, there's always going to be problems with the criminal justice system. Is there racism endemic to the criminal justice system? Maybe, maybe not. There's probably some. I mean, there's going to be some in every institution. How much that is, I don't know. Or if you can measure it reliably without bias. I believe there's probably quite a bit. I believe in some cases where people say there are, it's probably not. So you have to look at things from both sides and understand both sides. And we need to start trying to do that. If I wanted to make a video that would really blow up, I'd probably try to be more divisive and angry and hateful. But I don't want to do that. I may be right. You may be wrong. I may be wrong. You may be right. Chances are we both have points to make that are valid. Death penalty, I don't believe in the death penalty. We're one of the few countries left, really, that have the death penalty. So we're kind of behind the times there. If you believe in the death penalty for violent, horribly violent things, I get it. It makes sense. If I was a family member of somebody who was brutally murdered, I might feel differently. I get it. Just what I believe. I don't believe in the death penalty. Defense and national security, I think we spend too much on it. I think we involve ourselves in too many wars because we get resources and advantages from them just to be the mighty imperial power that we've always been. If you think the military is a great thing and we should use it whenever we deem necessary, and you think that's all in American interest, I understand that, especially if you have family members or friends in the military, you are in the military. So I respect that. I just think we overdo it a lot. That's my opinion. I may be wrong. Discrimination and prejudice? Well, of course there's still some discrimination and prejudice. How much and how quantifiable you can measure it, I don't know. But when somebody admits to it and they have positions of power, then we definitely need to keep an eye on them. Is it endemic in police culture? I don't know. It certainly seems like it. I believe it probably is quite a bit, and I believe George Floyd was murdered, but if you feel differently, then that's your right, and I respect your right to your opinion. We just differ. Drug policy, I'm a little torn on that too. Sometimes I don't think cigarettes or alcohol should be legal, but I know that's pretty big. I mean, if you're going to make them legal, you might as well make every hard drug legal, in my opinion, because cigarettes and alcohol kill more people than any other drugs. Actually, more than all of them combined. Would that be different if all those were legal? Maybe. Drug policy, another thing I'm a little torn on. I can see different sides' point of view, and I think everybody should try to see different sides' point of view on everything, instead of just thinking their party or their affiliation beliefs are the total and absolute truth. That's not a compassionate or smart or open-minded way to go about it. The economy and work, who knows? I am horrible at economics. So we just skip over that for now, because I don't know anything even close to be able to talk about that. Free speech and press? Well, sure, the idea is great. Should we allow hate speech? No, probably not, even though we allow a lot of it. And corporations, social media just love it, because being hateful to each other makes them a lot of money, and they don't do enough to curtail it. And they're not going to, as long as there's not some kind of laws made. But if you believe in total free speech, I get that too. I used to believe that too when I was a libertarian, believe it or not. I get it. Gun policy, I hate guns. I don't want guns. I don't believe guns should be allowed, except for some hunting licenses, and they should be very carefully monitored. But that's me. Guns are a very big part of American culture, and I don't think they're going away anytime soon. And if you believe that we should be allowed to have them because it's in the Constitution, then I see your point. I just don't agree with it. Healthcare, I believe in universal healthcare, single payer. I get that America is very much about capitalism, and a lot of people don't believe we should have universal healthcare, even though it's in most countries, I believe, other than ours. I think we're a little behind, as happens sometimes. But if you feel differently, I get it. I get the idea. That's okay. Immigration, I think we should actually allow a lot more immigrants in than we do. It's just my opinion, though. I'm not a real nationalist or patriot. I can see why people don't want a bunch of people coming in. It makes sense to a degree. I get it. LGBTQ rights, I do believe in them. I believe people that love each other should be able to get married, no matter what kind of sexual things they like. If your religion doesn't believe in that, I get it. You were probably raised that way and taught that that is wrong, that that's a hard thing to see past. But I firmly believe that people, no matter what their sexual preference, should have the same rights as everyone else. To me, that's compassion. Also, it took us many, many years past a lot of other countries that already had LGBTQ marriages. But it's my opinion. I respect yours as well. Religion? I believe in freedom of religion, certainly. If you believe in freedom of religion for your religion, whether that be Christianity or something else, you should believe in freedom of religion for other religions. Isn't that only fair? I understand this is mostly a Christian country, but a lot of different other religions now, and I don't think religion should really be involved in government too much, because they're two separate things, and there could be conflicts of interest. There's always conflicts of interest with everything. But do I believe it should be a tax write-off? I'm not sure about that either, but that's okay. I respect your opinion about your religion, whatever that may be, even if we disagree. Technology policy. Well, technology policy, I think we've got a lot of work to do. I think people are treated very badly on social media, especially what I'm talking about. A lot of bullying, harassment, putting down, that's allowed a lot. I've turned people in sometimes, there's the freedom of speech part, yeah, but look and see how many teenagers and kids have killed themselves because they've been bullied on social media. And then tell me there shouldn't be some more policies against that. It's hard to monitor social media. Corporations have a vested interest in keeping a lot of hate and division on there. Division is one of the things that drives social media. If we all got along and were compassionate with each other, do you think there would be as much social media? You know what? There wouldn't be. Because there's so much hate and division. It seems like that's become one of the main reasons to have social media. So you can throw your opinion out there and put other people down for theirs. I've done it myself. I used to do it. I don't do it anymore. I could give a fuck. I may be wrong, you may be right, whatever. I haven't got time for any of that nonsense. I don't really care. I don't even watch the news much anymore. I hardly ever watch the news. And I think most people shouldn't unless it's affecting them directly. Because studies have shown that it can make you depressed and stressed and anxious the more you watch it. And you know it can, most likely, because it does. Is that apathetic? You could call it that, but I don't see it that way. I see it as taking care of my mental health, which is not that great anyway. But if I was watching the news like I used to all the time, or even sometimes, it would be way worse. So that's it about those political opinions right now. Just disregard my opinion if you disagree with it, because it doesn't matter. Putting my opinion out there on social media for a few thousand people to see isn't going to matter to anybody or influence anybody. So Don't think that. It means nothing. If you got 1 million followers, sure, you might be able to influence some people then. But you're not going to influence anybody with 1,000 or even 5,000 followers. Not many, not enough to matter. Just vomiting our opinions does no good. Action, if you're doing something actionable, if you're writing your Congress people, if you're writing politicians, if you're voting on measures, I don't know if voting on mainstream politicians matters a lot because they're so liable to have vested interest, conflicts of interest. I don't know that I'm ever going to vote for a Democrat or a Republican ever again. So yeah, I'm mostly liberal, but I don't call myself a Democrat because they have a lot of corrupt problems too. Are we the most corrupt nation in the world? Definitely not. Do we have a lot of corruption problems? Yes. So you can call me apathetic that I don't ever vote for mainstream. I might vote for a third party or independent, but I'm not going to vote mainstream. Probably not ever again. I'm not going to say never. There might be an instance where I would, but I doubt it. These last few years have left me not liking any mainstream politicians, whether that be Democrat or Republican. If you disagree and like your candidate, go right ahead. I get that. I get it, Totally get it. It's something to believe in, and that helps people feel better, and that's why religion helps people too. I may be getting out of here soon. I wish I could walk around the lake a little, put some music behind it. Nice soft music would be nice. Maybe I can. Hi. I thought that was a snake for a minute. It'd be kind of cool to see a snake. By the way, there have been 3 alligators spotted in here, and they've ate 4 babies. So, BB, you should do something about that. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. No alligators in here. Don't ban me from the pond. Please, BB. I like it here. I'll cut it out. Yeah. If you ask me to. Sorry about the lighting. It really sucks. I think it has something to do with it being cloudy. You can also do some stunts out here sometime. Or pranks. That'd be fun. I'm really glad there was nobody out here, though. It'd be cool when I feel confident enough to actually film in public around people, though. I'm gonna do a prank video here in probably, I don't know, a month and a half. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I'd have to get somebody to help me. I need to get more people to help me anyway. Those are becoming more confident. If you want to talk about any political opinions and you're on any of my social media, PM me and we can talk about it, as long as we're nice to each other. Because I respect your opinion, you respect mine, and we'll be cool. Look at this water over here. Holy shit, something jumped in. That was scary. Let's go. Here there is an alligator. Just kidding. Look at that muddy water though. Perfect for an alligator. Maybe BB can hire me to do some promos for their parks. That'd be kind of cool, actually. Just for the experience. Did I ever tell you I had a chain link fetish? Just kidding, of course. Jeez. So sensitive. my car now. No yaks. What the fuck? Maybe there'll be a tornado sometime I can film. Maybe I can go up in the tornado and slip. And it can capture it. It's iffy though. So here we are. Time to go. This is probably dangerous. Let's not do that. By the way, can you tell I'm using a different, better camera? I think it looks a lot better. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope we can all come together and be more peaceful and compassionate and nice to each other. And I hope this might help some people realize that that's the right thing we need to do now in society. That's my hope, anyway. Thanks for watching and chilling with me. I very much appreciate it. Have a great fucking day. From yours truly, another fucking YouTuber. Thanks. By the way, I've decided to run for president, and the name of my party is going to be the Fuck Politicians Party. So get ready to vote for me the next election. Start making out a petition now so I can get in the race. I appreciate it. I'm just kidding. Fuck politicians.